Bitcoin is 100% here to stay, and traditional finance is all over the Bitcoin ecosystem and slowly stepping into crypto. Well, once we get those crypto spot ETFs approved. However, now that we have traditional finance in the crypto space, things are going to get a lot more complicated. We've got spot ETFs, we have all these different financial products, and we have all this big money coming in. So I have my financial advisor, Brian from daim.io, to come talk to you about his quarterly report his firm put out and indicate what's happening in the traditional financial world and tie it into Bitcoin so that you have a better chance at performing alongside these heavy hitters. Take it away, Brian. Oh, before I send it over to Brian, just be advised, Brian is an actual financial advisor. So if you need financial advice, don't ask me, contact him and his firm. The links are in the description below. Now, Brian can take it away.
We are always talking to clients about what has recently affected Bitcoin's price, recapping that, and then talking about what could move prices in the short, medium, and long term, right? This is no emotions-based investing. See, as investment managers and advisors for our clients, we put in place a plan, fundamental-based. There's always a bear market somewhere, and those are very hard to stomach when you don't have an investment plan. Okay. So what has affected Bitcoin's price? Well, a lot of positivity right now, right? We all hear that strategy under Michael Saylor, one of the biggest buyers, very well known, gets publicly posted about every Monday. Then we see the inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs. We think, though, that a large amount of that is institutional investors playing a spread trade. If you want to know what that is, you can email me. I'd be happy to go into deep detail about it. And we also think that there's a couple sovereign wealth funds, maybe a few more, trying to get ahead of the US buying Bitcoin. Okay, all good news, right? But why isn't the price of Bitcoin much, much higher? Well, what we don't hear about is who are the sellers? Well, maybe Arthur Hayes says he's selling, but we're looking for these very large sellers, or maybe big group or cohort of sellers. Well, they're not telling you that on social media, but us looking at the blockchain, we can see that since March, the cohort that's been selling is short-term holders that have between 10 and 100 units of Bitcoin. So roughly using today's price, that makes the value between $1 million and $10 million. Okay, pretty large amount, right? Well, these are institutional traders working at hedge funds and family offices. This is what we think. They're the ones out there that are okay with a smaller gain, 20 to 40%, where many of you and like us, we'd like to see multiples in the crypto space, okay? And so these are the ones too, when buyers take a break and these sellers want to come into the market and the spread trade doesn't look as attractive, they're the ones that can push prices down very quickly in the short term and cause a lot of outflows from the Bitcoin ETFs. All right, so now that we know these two things, what are actionable items? Well, again, no emotions-based investing. Look at your investment plan. Right? If you don't have one, make one now. And make sure you're following it and checking it regularly. In it, you should be asking yourself, why am I buying Bitcoin or crypto? Why am I holding a crypto? And what am I looking for to possibly sell? Okay? Have these things in place. And then as your wealth grows in crypto, there's bigger things that we help a lot of our clients with, like what are taxable events? How should I pay my taxes? Talk to my CPA. Do I have beneficiaries in place? Will this get to my grandkids? Okay. There's other things like borrowing and lending. All these things can be very complex and drastically affect your wealth in crypto.